You hear that? That's the awkward silence of a family dinner after you just got caught vaping. Most vapes contain high levels of nicotine and disappointment. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first three-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and welcome to another edition of calling out the gaming industry, because I feel that I haven't talked on this particular company just yet. And the thing is this, I will have to say, for the most part, I don't have no issues with them. Their games are good. There might be at times where I might have a little difficulty error with some of their games, where there might be something that's just a little bit too hard for me to accomplish within their games. But for the most part, I will have to say, their games have always been good. They don't, and what I overall mean by that is that they don't have, all these different updates, they're not coming out with 100 million different versions of them, once a year. They come out with one solid game for one console, and they're chilling. The company that I'm going to be talking on is Nintendo. Now, my issue with Nintendo is that, and this is an issue that I have with, all game companies like Microsoft, Sony, but the thing is this, though. It was that transition from PlayStation 3. Well, no, because see, the thing is this. For the longest, I didn't, have an Xbox 360. So I was unaware of the subscription services that they had, meaning to, play games online and all that stuff. And that's something where I'm I want to talk on that. I'm going to talk on it in a moment. But for the longest, I had a PlayStation 3. My PlayStation 3 didn't need, because for the most part, there was only single player games that was that I was playing. And then plus on top of that with PlayStation, it's they don't really be coming out with a whole lot. And then also I was playing a lot of my old PlayStation 2 games. So yeah, it was I wasn't really playing too many multiplayer games. I didn't really start getting into multiplayer games until 2010, when I eventually did get Wi-Fi, and then I was playing Red Dead Redemption online. That was the one and only time. And then once I seen how my friends, how they were playing it and stuff, I was they were all playing on Xbox, and I was okay, now I gotta switch over there and play. So yeah, at some point in time, I did get an Xbox. I will be talking on Nintendo in a moment. I just wanted to kind of give y'all a little bit of an origin story of my subscription services. But yeah, I was unaware of subscription services when I very first got my Xbox. I thought you just put a game in and you start playing it. If you have, and that's what I find upsetting, is that you have it where people will pay $499, over $500 for an Xbox, over $500 for a PlayStation. How much is a Nintendo Switch? Let me look that up real quick. Nintendo Switch. Well, no, I want to look up the one that I got. OLED. 340, so what, probably close to $400 and stuff. My thing is this, you have it where people are paying that much for your product, and you want to charge more money on top of that just to play a video game online. What my thing is this, I get that if it comes from your video, so maybe I might be wrong for calling out Nintendo, but my thing is this, why would you put out this narrative? Like, no, not even narrative. Why would you put the Switches out at first where they didn't require no online access? You can start playing the game online, no issues. You didn't have to subscribe to nothing. You didn't have to none of that. You just bought the Nintendo Switch and you started playing it. Now, my thing is this. With Xbox 360s, at least as far as I know, they already started out with the subscription services. PlayStation 3s, yeah, they didn't have subscription services, I think, at the start, but eventually they did add it in there. Then it was just a regular thing with the PlayStation 4s. It became a normal thing with like Xbox Ones and what Xbox 360s, Xbox Ones, and then the PlayStation 4. But it was like, yeah, they did add it. I think they did add it in a little bit later on the PlayStation 3s. But my thing is this: it's like, why? If my thing is this, if your console was doing perfectly fine without subscription services, and then what's crazy, and that's why I have more of an issue with Nintendo than I would with like PlayStation 3 and Sony when they had added their subscription services. A lot of the games, you could go and get you a PlayStation exclusive game. Let's just look up the price of God of War. God of War, Ragnarok, is that the name of it? You could actually, the thing is, well, they do have it where, no, that's actually the trial, never mind. No, I think it's, what's that, Horizon Zero Dawn. No, let's look that game up. Horizon Zero Dawn, because I know that game is dirt cheap. Shopping. You could go get that game right now at GameStop for $20, and that's the complete edition. So that comes with all the stuff in it. And then you could go and get that same game on Steam for $5. So my thing is this: what confuses me with Nintendo is that they will charge full price for a game that came out long ago. I'm saying Mario. Let's just look up when Mario Kart 8 came out. Mario Kart 8 release date. Okay. 2014, bro, a game that came out over 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, and you mean to tell me that game is still worth $60? That's where I'm like, no, Nintendo, you guys got to make a decision. Either have it where we can play, if we're paying full price for a video game. And I'm saying, and it's my thing, and so the reason why I have an issue is because there's the one game that I want to start back playing again is Super Mario Maker 2. Now, if you guys don't really know too much about that game, Super Mario Maker 2, that game has it where you can play other people's like Mario maps and stuff. So like if you're familiar with Mario and how that game plays out, yeah, that's what that is. It just pretty much people all across the world. And I want to get back into doing videos where it's like I just have something like that I can play on a regular basis. But that's the thing. That's a $60-something video game. I'm not trying to waste my money on a game that can. Super Mario Maker, that game came out. Super Mario Maker 2 release date. That game came out back in 2019. I'm trying to think what other games came out back in 2019. 2019 video games. Control, a lot of these games I know for a fact that they're not over the like $60 and stuff. Let's see this Control video game. How much does that cost? Control video game. I can get that. Steam has it for $40. I'm pretty sure I could find it somewhere cheaper. No, they came out with a sequel, I believe. I think they did. Hold on. Control video game Control 2. Did they come out with a sequel? Oh no, it's a sequel. I don't know. I don't think it's came out yet. They announced it, but it hasn't came out yet. They like announced it a year ago. But anyways, price. Let's just look up. All right, so the Ultimate Edition. No, so it comes with like all of it. But if I wanted to just get just a regular game, like no, actually I can get the Ultimate Edition for $7 on cdkeys.com. And GameStop has it for $9 on the Xbox One. That's Control, The Outer Worlds. That's a game I'm familiar with it, but I didn't really play it and stuff. The Outer Worlds, that game costs $30. Gears of War 5. I don't know if that game probably doesn't even cost the Gears of War. Hold on, Gears of War 5. That game is $30. A lot of these games are like, bro, they're like mad cheap, and that's just, like, yeah, it's like showing the price they'll cost on Steam, but like, okay, let's see Steam key, because it's $15, $17 if I wanted to get it on Xbox. What are some other games that came out? Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That version, MW 2019, Steam key. Let's just see how much. No, there's no way somebody gonna be paying $126 for this game. And I'm like, I'm not. No, that ain't even no game worth. Okay, 2019 price. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have chose Call of Duty, because Call of Duty, they still charge full price for a game, and that game's broken. At least with Nintendo, I ain't gotta worry about their games updating every single day. That game probably still gets updates, and that game came out back in 2019. The Division 2, I know that game is dirt cheap. That's a game where I'm like, I don't know how many times I've seen that game on sale. Let's see how much a Steam key is for that. $7, bro. And then the First Division, you could get that for $4, bro. My thing is this: you have to understand, Nintendo. You have to understand that your games are overpriced, far overpriced, for games that came out. And then what's crazy, it's like, they don't even really be having their games on sale. They'll have games on sale, and they talk about, quote unquote, great deal. There ain't no great deals within. It's like $2-3 games. It's like games made by developers where it's like they're not really all that well known. And it's no disrespect to those developers. Probably I should start showing more love to those developers. At least they're willing to have their games on sales. Nintendo, on the other hand, they want you to buy their game in a subscription service just to play online. I never understood that. Like, that was something where I didn't really care too much about it. But now as I get older and I'm more of an adult, and it ain't like how it was back when I was a kid, where it's like, if I wanted to, play a game online and I wanted a subscription service and I didn't have the funds for it, I asked my parents. Now that I'm paying for it out my own pocket, now I realize how dumb this stuff is, because it's like, fam, you mean to tell me that Steam, Epic Keys, not Epic Keys, Epic Games, I don't know why I said Epic Keys, but anyways, Epic Games, Steam and Epic Games, they have it. Yeah, you might have to pay like a lot of money to go and get you a good, decent PC, but at least with Steam, they don't charge no subscription service to play their games. And that's the one thing that I have to say that I respect about Steam, is that they put a crap ton of games on there. You know the ratings of whether or not this game is gonna be good or bad. It ain't like how it is. Yeah, I guess with Xbox, they do the same thing, but and I think PlayStation, they do it too. But it's like, I feel that with their own games, of course they're gonna want it to. Nintendo don't do it. They don't let you know if a game is bad or it's not worth buying and stuff. And so it really trips me out. And then on top of that, it's like, then also kind of like, calling out GameStop's a little bit, because it's like, here it is. And that's why I think GameStop's, it's one of those companies where it's like, it's gonna end up being another Blockbusters, because it's like, if you want to get a game in there, so the thing is this, I went in there the other day trying to get this game. Guy talking about like, they don't have like no digital versions of the game, and I'm like, what do you mean you don't have no digital versions? What's up with your guys' store to where you don't have a digital? And that's the thing, I'm not gonna go in there with that type of energy. I ain't gonna go in there and be questioning them. I'm just gonna walk out, because I'm like, okay, if you can't help me, then I'll just help myself. All right, I'm not gonna waste your time. I don't want you wasting my time. But my thing is this, and that was something where I was like, I was kind of mad about it, because so I buy this $10 off coupon and things, because I had all these points and I wanted to get this game. And so the thing is this, I couldn't use it because they didn't have the actual like disc version of the game. So it's like, it's just points wasted. My thing is, why not just have it where it's just $10 off, either online or in store? Why do you guys have two different types? That makes no sense to me. And then you want people to subscribe, even they be having their subscription services where it's like, get our Power Up rewards card. And I'm like, man, it's stuff like that where I'm like, bro, I don't understand. Why does everything gaming related feel that they need? You got games out there where they want a subscription service. You got the companies behind the games where they want you to have some subscription service. They can't just have it where it's like the good old days where you could just pop a game in the console and just start playing it. Do you think, my thing is this, do you think that if, let's say this was like the 90s, right? Nintendo 64, what are some other consoles that was probably out there? Whatever consoles that was out back then, like, let's just say this is like PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, Xbox, like that era of gaming. Do you think video games would have survived if they would have been having all these different subscription services? No. They wouldn't. I guarantee and I promise you, if this would have been something introduced the first day that gaming became a thing, I guarantee and I promise you, people wouldn't be buying these games. But it's like, you have to understand, and it's like, again, going, because me, I love to use my examples, but imagine if you go into a restaurant, right, and then they're all like, oh, in order to eat in our restaurant, you need to have you need to subscribe to us. What do you mean subscribe to us? You guys can't just take the one-time payment for whatever food I'm about to order and just call? I gotta continuously keep paying you guys, and then on top of that, the price of the video game or the price of the food, so I gotta subscribe to you guys and pay for the food. That's too much money coming out of my pocket. No, that's not something that I support. That's not something that I'm behind. So it's like, to me, my thing is this. And so, switching that example over to gaming, why am I buying a game if I'm already subscribing to you guys? Here it is, and that's the thing that I don't like about Nintendo. It's just like, they have it where when you subscribe, they do give away some games. But yeah, it's games that came out like when I was a child. And I don't have an issue with that, but at the same time, I'd rather just have it where I subscribe to you guys for however much money I'm subscribing to you, because I know and then that's how the thing is this, they don't have it where the subscription is like this big giant subscription like how it is with Xbox and PlayStation. Xbox and PlayStation, they charging you $100 a year just to subscribe to their service. And the thing is this, some of the video games that they be having on their like subscription service thing, it's whack. Like, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. For anybody that's not subscribed to Xbox or PlayStation and you're looking, and what's crazy is that PlayStation doesn't even have all of the PlayStation exclusive games. So let's say you wanted to play the second God of War game. You can play the trial, but you can't play the full game. What's the reason of even having it there then? That makes no sense. And then that's no different than EA, where they're all like, oh, yeah, subscribe to us. We'll give you the trial. But if you want to play this game, you're going to have to buy it off of us. And I don't even think that they have the game on sale. Like, it ain't like it's a permanent sale. Like, I know, like, with EA, they'll have it where it ain't like, it's like a small percentage. It's like they're not charging you, like, $69.99. They're charging you, like, $62.99. It's still over $60, but I'm like, fam, you guys shouldn't even have a sale. It's either you have it where I subscribe to you guys, and I play all the Nintendo-based games. I get if there's the other games that's on the Nintendo store that's not Nintendo exclusives, but my thing is this. If I'm subscribing to your guys' service, I expect to get a service, not to have it where it's like it's literally a thing that they add in games. And if that's the case, then why does multiplayer even exist? That's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel that every game out there, right, they be adding multiplayer in there for literally no reason. If my thing is this, if I'm gonna have a bad experience when playing multiplayer, I don't want to have it where I'm subscribed to this service and I'm just throwing my money away on some dumb stuff. To me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it subscribing to a service, and I'm not even getting a full service. There's times where I can't even play the game online. There's at times and that's what trips me out so much about it is that, for an example, Ubisoft, right? So they have it on there where they have like their own little subscription service, right? They have, I think it's like Uplay Connect or whatever and things. My thing is this. I subscribe to Ubisoft. All of the games, let's just look up some of the games that Ubisoft has right now. List of Ubisoft games. Because I guarantee and I promise you I have an issue with every game that they... No, I know it. All right, so let's... okay, so I'm going to go from... They have it where it's like games that came out from 2020 all the way up until now. Platforms... I wish they just had it where it was like, because there's some of these games I never even heard of. All right, so yeah, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Talking on that game crashes on a regular basis. Not just, every once in a while. No, on a regular basis. And what's crazy, they have all these different developers they said worked on the game. And you mean to tell me that this game still crashed? And you guys then had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nine. No, yeah, nine. You had 9 developers work on this game, and you mean to tell me that this game still crashes? That, no, to me that's insane. That's something where I'm like, I don't get how you have, and that's, no, and it's teams. It ain't like it's one person, like one person in each. No, it's teams of people. I wonder, Massive Entertainment, do they let you know how many? 750 employees as of 2023. You mean to tell me this game or this company had just one team alone? You have that many employees, and I imagine a good majority of them are like developers and stuff. And you mean to tell me that this game still crashes? And then with multiplayer, I don't even really be playing like the PvP modes in there because it's so unbalanced. You could be shooting at somebody and it's literally just like they're just wearing a full body vest. Like, you cannot do nothing to them. It ain't like how it is with, like, okay, so yeah, throwing that game out there for an example, Call of Duty, yeah, you shoot somebody a few times in PvP, yeah, you're taking them down. Tom Clancy's The Division 2, on the other hand, no. Yeah, you maybe if you're playing the PvE mode when you're going up against the AIs, but when you're going up against actual people, yeah, for some reason they just have it where that game, it's all just broken and messed up. That game did not come out in 2020. I know that game did not come out in 2020. The Division 2 release date. No, not. I don't know why. The Division 2. Yeah, that game came out in 2019. I was about to say that game did not come out in 2020. They messed up on that date. But The Crew 2, that's all right. So that's another Ubisoft game. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4 developers work on that game. Yeah, I feel that when I play that game, it ain't like how it is with like most racing games. You know, my thing is this: if you're gonna have that option in there where you drive around and you upgrade your cars and then you make your cars faster, I'm not trying to have them. That's the whole reason why I'm doing it in the first place, is so I'm able to beat the other cars. But they have it set up in there where it's like, okay, you can do that, but the cars are somehow, even though they're not on the same level as you, they still somehow manage to catch up with you. That don't make no sense to me. So that's why I ain't really full with that game. Watch Dogs Legion. So they had it on there where this game, right? They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 developers work on that game. Yet it wasn't until sometime later when I was able to play. They have like a zombie mode on there, and that zombie mode is just it's not worth playing. I was like, I played a little bit of it, and I was like, that's all that I needed to play and things. But I wasn't able to play that mode until maybe a year or two after the game had came out, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not fooling with that game. They out here saying that Rainbow Six Siege came out in 2020. I know for a fact that game did not come out in 2020, but yeah, I know I can remember some days where I'd just be sitting there waiting for me to just be able to join a lobby. And my thing is this: what trips me out is that, you know, I'm sitting there waiting for a lobby, right? For one of the, probably not even one, literally the biggest game that Ubisoft has ever came out with. And you mean to tell me I can't find that one lobby in that game? Nah, no. To me, I'm like, that just doesn't, I don't understand that. Riders Republic. So yeah, I went back to go and play this game. This game had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 developers on this game. I went back to go play this game. They out here talking about, and I think that was like one of the games that had like a subscription service thing. They pretty much wanted me to buy some additional stuff, and I'm like, I bought your guys' game. That's all that you really, that's the only bit of money, especially if I'm buying the game full price in the day that it comes out. That's all the money that you guys need from me. DLCs and all that stuff, yeah, I can understand. But all that extra stuff, no, I'm not with that. So, what are some, Rainbow Six Extraction, I don't even know why they had came out with that game. They only had one team of people work on that game. Yet that game, it's like, and I thought that was gonna be like the game to go do better than Rainbow Six Siege, and it's like they released it. That's how you know that game wasn't all that good. They were pretty much giving this game away. I think I have this game. It's available on the Xbox Game Pass, and I think they were giving it away for free on PlayStation because, yeah, they knew nobody wasn't going to buy that game. That wasn't a game worth buying. Roller Champion. I remember people talking on that game, but I didn't play it, and I was like, it's a Ubisoft game. X Defiant is supposed to be, oh, this is gonna be the biggest game that Ubisoft has ever released, and I'm like, I'm not. I know I'm gonna play it, and it's free to play, but I know I'm not gonna play a whole lot of it because I'm like, yeah, it's a Ubisoft game, so it's like I know I can't expect too much from it. They're coming out with another The Crew. Hopefully they have it where it's like, okay, if I'm building up or upgrading my car, I'm faster than the other cars. They on some old silly stuff where it's like, oh, well, let's have it where you build your car up, but you're going to even, my thing is this, now putting this in realistic terms, right? Let's say you're racing, you lose the race, so you go and you start hitting the freaking, I don't know, the mechanic gym or something for your car. You build your car up, you add all these parts to make your car go twice as fast than what it was already going. You go back and do that race. All the other cars, they did no upgrades to their all the other people, they did no upgrades to their cars, but for some reason they're managing to catch up with you. How does that even make any sense when you're supposed to be going faster than them? That's the type of stuff that confuses me, so that's why I'm not really looking all that forward to that game. And then they're coming out with an Avatar, like based off of the movie, like Avatar with the blue giant aliens and stuff. So they're coming out with the video game of that, and I'm so scared. And I'm like, I kind of feel bad because I'm like, I know James Cameron, he wants nothing but the best for this game, and I feel that this game is gonna come out and it's just gonna bomb. And I feel that James Cameron, he's probably ain't even gonna talk on this game. He ain't gonna acknowledge this game. He's gonna be like, hey, I got it. I'm getting cut a check. That's all that I care about. All right. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 developers working on this game. And I'm like, 8 developers working on this game. You guys better do something with it. They should have had James Cameron. I don't know if they did have him like behind the scenes making sure of it that this is gonna be. Because my thing is this. I want to see a video of James Cameron saying that this is the best video game ever. Like this man done sat down and he done dedicated some of his time to playing video games, and I want him to say that this is the best video game ever. But I had saw a video, and if that's what this game is gonna be, bro, I don't think this game is gonna be any good. And then they're all like, they're coming out with the Division, like a mobile version, and I'm like, ain't feeling that. They're coming out with a Rainbow Six, that's either gonna be this year or next year. Another Star Wars. Then there's some games where it's like they haven't really announced whether they're gonna be coming out or not, so when they're coming out. But yeah, my thing is like, Ubisoft, they're a company where it's like I done had so many issues with their games. I'm like, I don't know how. And then with the Division, it's like, fam, I've given you guys my money for a game that's just gonna crash. No, so this is what will happen. If you guys follow me on Twitch, then you might have seen it already, but I'll be playing this game, right? Be getting halfway through a mission or just doing whatever, just, fooling around in that game. Dope game, don't get me wrong. I really did like the Division. I liked how that game played out. The Division 1, in my opinion, would probably be the better Division and stuff, and I don't know how they came out with that game and then they came out with 2. And 1, in my opinion, that it's like, it ain't no different than Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Destiny 1 by far would probably be the better Destiny. And then same with the Division 1. Both of those games, the Division 1 and Destiny 1, I was like, bro, when you play those games and then you know that a sequel is coming out, you're gassed up thinking, what's going to happen with this sequel? Then when they come out, then it's like you got one game that was, they had it where you paid full price, and then all they're going to say, oh, now the game is free, but you're going to still have to pay for the DLCs and all the extra stuff and the battle passes and all that stuff in the game. Even if you did buy our game, you still going to have to buy more stuff. Even if we're forcing you to buy more stuff in order to play our game. And then with the Division, they're like, oh, well, if you play this game on PC, the game is just gonna crash on you. So there ain't no escaping that. And you would have thought that they would have came out with an update to fix it. No, all they did was just release the game on Steam so they can make more money off of the game. And you mean to tell me that, my thing is this would be my question to James Cameron. You really wanted this company to, they must have had like a good, like, team of people that really convinced this man to like sell out the video game rights to them, because I really feel bad for James Cameron. I can feel it that this game is gonna bomb when it comes out. Maybe because I think it's gonna probably be like the same people that be working on their game Far Cry, and I think sometimes those games do good. I really don't be sitting down and playing them like that. But my thing is this: if this game comes out and it bombs and it's not good, bro, I feel so bad for James Cameron, because it's like you have such two dope movies based off of this video, or or a game, but it's like it comes from this movie, and you have this legacy that you want to maintain with this movie, and then this company comes out with a video game and it bombs, and it just I feel that the gaming community, they're gonna probably really just have it out for any other future Avatar, or it's gonna be on some stuff where they're all like, because I know with me, if this game comes out, I'm not gonna have no issues with the movies. I'm just not gonna play the game anymore. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch the movies. I'm like, watch the movies. If James Cameron decides to come out with some short films, do that. What are some other things? Yeah, just go and support it with the movies. But when it comes to video games, I'm like, no, unless he hires a team of people to develop this game and actually do something good with it, then okay. But if not, then I'm like, I'm not fooling with it. So, but what else that I wanted to talk on? I feel like there's more to still talk on. I know I was talking on Nintendo, but I feel like I said everything I need to say about them. They need to cut down on the prices of their video games, because their video games are not no $60 video games. $29.99, $39.99 the most, but it is not no $6 or $59.99. And then they have it where Legend of Zelda, the new one, is like $69.99. I'm like, you guys don't need to be raising the prices. Y'all need to cut down on the prices. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do on like Black Friday or something, because I feel that Black Friday is gonna happen, and they most likely gonna have it where those games, it's gonna be $58.99, because we don't believe in sales and deals and stuff. Oh, but you can subscribe to our subscription service. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, man, the gaming industry right now, it's not where it should be. I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, like I've said, this is the worst I think the gaming industry has ever been, and I'm like, bro, it doesn't even seem like it's been that long since it was like the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 era. Like, how is it that you guys go from that, a beautiful era in gaming, to this? To what is even going on right now? I feel like I'm standing in the middle of like a room that's on fire, and people are running around screaming, garbage cans and everything, debris is just flying all over the place, like the people fighting in the corner, and like I'm just standing there confused, like, what am I looking at right now? Like, this, it used to be so calm, cool, and collected. Now it's like, bro, I don't even know what to expect anymore from video games. So yeah, let's overall see. Maybe just one day gaming might get better, but I don't know, man. Hopefully by the time when, like, I know when I have kids and then they get older and then they want to start playing video. But I think that, okay, the day when that happens, I feel like the games ain't gonna change. It's still gonna be some old whack games coming out, and they're not gonna be good. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know, bruh. Let's overall see what happens. But yeah, my thing is this. I personally don't think that gaming is gonna get any better. I think gaming has seen its days. Developers are just getting, lazy and just too greedy and stuff. Lazy and greedy. You got some developers that don't really particularly care for the video game, yet they get into that job. I don't know why. Then you have it where it's like the indie developers, where it's like their games don't even get to see the light of the day, because it's like you got so many big game titles out there where it's like, bro, that game shouldn't be, the big game on like all everywhere, everybody talking about this indie developer that's working by himself or herself, and they done put all this work in this game, and it's a good game. They should be the ones getting all the love and support. So yeah, let's just see what happens with the gaming industry and stuff. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Also, make sure you use my promo code for both SeatGeek and Rogue Energy Drinks, TMossBoss. SeatGeek will knock $20 off your first purchase, and Rogue Energy will knock 10% off your next purchase. Again, that promo code is TMossBoss. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Follow me across all social media platforms at TMossBoss, and peace.